bride's got to be made ready. But we're much further along than we think. And he's thrusting us. I say thrust because I feel like we've been thrust into our homes. We've been circumstances, you could look and say the devil's done all this stuff, and he has, but you know what? God works all things together for good. And God has a plan, and God has a purpose always. Right? So let your home become your grave, a place where you lay down your life fully. And for those of us that have, let's strip some things that have attached onto us, like titles and, the adornments of the world. All the adornments of the world. Can we please remove some of those? I got in trouble once because I told somebody at a church, I prophesied to them, and, I said, you have a prophetic call on your life. And I, with great fervency, said, do not touch the world. Do not touch the things of this world. Do you hear me? And I was rebuked by a leader for saying that to them because they were, they helped in the ministry. And so they didn't want them to be offended. I went and asked the person, I'm so sorry, are you offended that I said that to you? They said, no, absolutely not. And I said, do you understand what Father's saying to you? And they said, yes, I do. I'm saying that to some of you. Come out of her. Come out of her. Because it will restrain you, will bruise you, and restrain you from growing up into the fullness of the stature of Christ as an adorned bride. You can't have two adornments on you. I often think to myself, what have we done? What have we done? What have we done as a church? Have we made it easy to live in the world and live one foot in Him, live in Him in the outer court, in the world, and we make mountains, places of to influence the world, and I get that. I get that understanding. I do get that, and I think it's important. It's just. I just would like to see us live like the real prophets lived on the mountains, separated, and then come down, and let the world see. They will run to what we have instead of us trying to go with a portion of Him and go try to influence the world. And when you see what's happened, most of them have fallen. Most of them have fallen to the ground by the enemy and been taken captive. Look at the children of Israel. The children of Israel, when they got their portion, what happened to them? They all went into captivity. Why do we settle for a portion? Why? Because do we not believe? Do we not trust Him? Do we want the world? Have our feet not been washed? I'm sorry, but I've been a victim of it too. I've been a victim of the teachings in the church. It's only since God has separated me that I have a little bit more. I don't want to live according to the world and go try to influence them with a little portion of my Jesus, of the kingdom of God. I want to go in the mountaintops and separate myself and come down with the glory of God and let the world see that He is real. But I don't have to tell them with my intellect or let them see a little drop and not see it again for a while. I want them to see the living God on me, in the body. So we have transition. We have to transition ourselves. We have to make some choices. We have to come out of her. Come out of the world. And we have to take ground, to climb the mountain of God again. And let them come to us. And when God says go to them with the power of God, don't come out of your upper room because you're speaking in tongues. Come out of the upper room with the power of God that transforms and transfigures and raises the dead and the lame walk. And I'm speaking to myself because I don't have it either. I'm here waiting. There's so much more. And we've settled for so little, a little portion.